was taking this mindfulness course last year, and it really inspired me to write my album just because of positivity and living in the moment. And I also discovered lucid dreaming, which was also really interesting to me, so all of those ideas inspired me to write this record. The ideas for this album formed pretty randomly. I would just write down words, any word that came to my head. If I had a dream and woke up in the middle of the night and I remembered it, I actually started writing down my dreams and just words that popped into my head or ideas, and I had a notebook beside me everywhere I went. And that's pretty much, it went from there, and then I made sentences and lyrics and thought of themes, and that's how it all formed.
I speed down the street, put my hands in the air, dancing in my seat, feel the wind in my hair. When the stars come out, the party comes alive. The night is young, I'm gonna live my life. The night is young, just live your life. The night is young, just live your life.
When we're looking for sounds, things do start to just click, and you automatically know when the song and the lyrics go together. It's just a natural feeling that you know it feels right.
Writing is a very long and arduous journey. It requires a lot of patience and a lot of just a lot of time to really create a great song. How it all starts, though, is really the hardest part, is really finding that thing that inspires you to write.
I came up with about just over 30 songs written lyrically, and there were just about 22, 23 songs written musically. The way we narrowed it down was we met up and we looked at my lyrics and we looked at the music, and me and Richard, we listened to them and tried to get a feel of how each song was and what we thought would work best with the lyrics I had. This is my moment.
This is my time I'm living in, because then we go back to moment. I don't want to double moment it.
Where's the other moment?
Well, this is my moment, this is my time, I'm living
Oh, I
I'm
see,
living
I
in the
see.
moment.
Right.
This is my time living in.
I want to say this is my spotlight, this is my time, maybe. This is my spotlight, this is my time, I'm living in the moment. Kind of like that, because it's still...
Yeah, it's still the same meaning, but just different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not just being redundant with moment.
Yeah.
But it's very like, you know, Spotlight's very like, let's face it, this is a self-centered song, but it's like...
Yeah.
The sun goes down, I'm where I belong. It's my time now, got still
Hello. Now it's nothing. Something's going on.
Yeah, it's on.
When we were pretty much beginning the recording process, it became pretty clear that the amount of virtual instruments we were running for pop music, which is, you can add up quite a bit, my computers couldn't handle it.
Hello.
Okay, keep on going.
Hello,
Just
testing.
Make sure the connection's good on the microphone.
Yeah, I'm just checking that now. Okay, that seems good. Testing.
And we got through some of the writing, but by the middle way through the process of writing all these songs, the computer just completely gave up on me and crashed.
Uh-oh.
No.
It's not one problem, it's another.
And I had to go out and get a computer built that was specifically for Pro Tools. It's called the Pro Tools PC. And this beast of a machine was able to really help out this record because the workflow was so much easier.
When we ran into computer problems, we had to wait for Richard's new computer that he ordered, and that took maybe about 3 to 4 weeks. And in the meantime, we worked on the logo that would represent me and the album. I was taking pictures for our social media, doing like Instagram stuff, and we also came up with melodies for the songs that we had ready to go. And yeah, pretty much just social media stuff.
When I wake up, you're not there. I start to look everywhere, hoping one day you'll appear.
That would be really cute. Stick that up
Oh, are you gonna be using this? Like, how are you gonna
No,
be?
don't
How
do
how are you gonna be talking to me?
there. You'll be right there.
That's true.
You'll be right there.
No, but I don't have headphones on. I don't want to hear you.
No, you'll be able to hear me, no problem.
I can't tell you how unnerving and unsettling it can be to be in a vocal booth, hearing your vocals and singing and hearing your voice singing back. It can be very tough for artists.
The world can spin me.
No worries, no worries.
The world
No
can.
frustration, Tiamat.
Oh, why am I saying world so harsh? In the song Fantasy, what changed was the lyrics a little bit. The lyrics was changed around a little bit, not completely different. It was along the same storyline, the same idea.
Can I just get away?
That was yours?
Yeah, that's mine, but yours works too. You were, can I just get away?
The vibe of it changed too. It was more of a dreamy feel. For me, dreamy's like electronic and all these soft synths going on in the background, and I wasn't hearing that when we played guitar with it.
I want it to be natural to you too. What you
Yeah.
do naturally sounds good.
Songs can change a lot from the beginning to the end because new ideas pop up in your head, and like from day to day you can feel different about how things are. Can I just get away? Can I leave it all behind?
We wanted to do a few empowering songs on this record, be really positive, upbeat, strong songs.
Like, I want you to start building confidence.
So I'm walking with my head held high. I'm a star that is gonna shine. Gonna live my life like I'm living every moment of my life. Just loving me. Richard and I have kind of the same personality, but at the same time we don't. We both make jokes a lot.
Mint.
Mint.
I think
Mint
it's
chocolate chip. Mint chocolate chip. Boom. Hello.
chocolate chip.
Choc.
Did you say chocolate chip?
I did say chocolate chip. I said mint chocolate chip because I made it green.
Mint, chocolate mint.
Chocolate mint. Chocolate chip mint.
Because you always say that.
Chocolate chip mint.
You said that last time too.
I know. I like that joke. Mint chocolate chip.
Again?
I love mint chocolate chip. Sweet, sweet, sweet molasses.
And that are probably not funny to other people, but we think they're funny, so we get along really well.
You really gotta sing to mean it here.
Okay.
Nice and soft, really right from the heart.
Okay, from my heart, let's do it.
From the bottom.
From my black heart.
That is the scariest thing I've ever heard. Keep on talking? You gotta say something kind of scary. Like, don't be super loud, but get right close to the mic and say something really creepy. Wow. All right, that's enough of my nightmares.
It helps for the person that I'm working with to be uplifting and positive all the time because it makes my performance a lot better, and well, when everybody's in a good mood, then everybody's in a good mood. It rubs off of each other.
It wasn't just pushing Mel to sing all the right notes, and it wasn't just pushing her to get a little bit more range. It was really getting her to perform.
Very cool. You're hitting all the right notes, you're doing all the right things, timing's good. Let's just get a little character in there.
So that gave me grounds to really get the best out of her. And she stepped up to the plate, and no matter how many times she sang, was in that vocal booth, and sometimes how much she hated it, she gave it every single time.
Shaky.
Let's do it again.
That was awful.
Yeah, a little more confidence, a little more, just have fun with your vocals, right?
Ugh,
Dos more, por favor.
that was awful.
All right, one more time. Try to get that again. That's really good.
Okay. Got it.
Best one so far. One more time.
Singing was pretty exhausting for me while recording this record because the vocal booth I was in a tiny closet that we had built, and I was standing in there for 5 hours straight pretty much doing takes over and over again, and it just got really exhausting.
Now I'm happy for the first
I actually wanted Richard to rap on the album somewhere, but the most I got out of him was to sing on the ballad song, which turned out really good.
Me and her both gonna sing on this because she begged me to, not because she thinks I have a good voice. I think just because I was pushing her so hard vocally that she was like, well, I got a chance to push him.
Alone and scared, trapped inside my mind, searching for the answer.
But we don't need to hear any of that. Buy the record. Stacking O's, there's me in there. Then we get some gang vocals. Mel's harmonies. More Mel harmonies.
Harmony is pretty much singing the same line but in a different octave, so higher or lower, and when you put them together it sounds amazing.
We need to make this album all O's.
Lots of O's, lots of O's and O's.
Yes, O's and Ahs and O's and Ahs.
O's and O's, O's and O's.
Yeah,
Okay, we can do that.
every single song.
Every single.
No, not maybe not every song, but a lot of them. I don't know. I really like the O's you did because it's like when it says like I'm drifting away, it really does sound like very dreamy.
Who's and Us are, well, that's pretty self-explanatory. They're just background vocals, usually sung softly or sometimes not, depending on the song, and it just fills up space, just like harmonies. It's just another thing to do in a song that makes it sound great.
No, I can't sing that low.
No.
Oh. Okay.
There are a lot of background stuff, and they were really hard for me to do because I had to hold my breath for a long time and hold the notes as long as I could, which was very hard for me to do.
You're not gonna hear me soon, and you're gonna be like, "Where are you?" I'm gonna be dead on the ground.
A lot of the times I was harmonizing them as well, so I was singing not in my range, which was really difficult.
So we wrap that song up.
I have never been so meticulous mixing in my entire life.
One of the big things we really focused on this record was to make sure that we had just a ton of different vocal elements going on throughout every single song, throughout the mix, that they're really standing out, and really just fill up the song with a lot of different vocal effects.
Once and I love these notes, they're so good.
Richard would send me the mix after he was done with it, and I would get all the songs and listen to them, and then I would write down the times of what I wanted to be changed in each song. Then Richard and I would meet up again at his place, and we would look at them together and go through it and make the changes, make all the fixes, and see if I liked it or not.
The one thing that really, when you're mixing, you don't want to do is you don't want things to get in the way of another thing. And when you have 20 tracks going on at the same time, sometimes you find things are getting in the way and really distracting and muddling things up.
Yeah,
Yeah, so let's get rid of this.
I agree.
So listen to that whole thing. There's a lot going on there, especially vocally.
That sounded weird.
That sounds pretty cool.
It did. I liked the drop off. You put more reverb on it, or?
I slapped a little bit more reverb on. I took out some high end and boosted some low end. Let's just give it a little bit more of a distant feel.
Just wanna go, I just wanna go home. Take me, I just wanna go home.
I had some really cool effects on there. Actually, I really like that. Cool little thing at the end there. It was a little fun to do. Just mangled around vocals. We just had this idea that we're just going to do something cool with it.
Take me.
When I'm looking to work with somebody on a project like this, they have to get along well with me. We have to work well together. They have to know my visions, what I'm looking for and what I want.
I mean, once a song's written and we have all the music going for it, I mean, we still have a ton of vocal tracks that kind of add to the flavor of it. So that's really the whole idea of how we made these songs. We really wanted to be vocal centric. We really wanted her to shine. We really wanted Mel's fingerprints to be all over the song.
Awakened Dreaming actually has two meanings behind it. The first meaning is pretty much living in the moment, being positive, and being strong on your own and not needing anybody else. The second part behind Awakened Dreaming is falling asleep and going into your own fantasy world and not having to worry about stress or anything else.
And nothing's gonna stop me, entranced by the northern lights.
I wanted the album artwork to reflect a lot on the songs on the album, so when people listen to the songs, they can reflect back to the cover of the album. I wanted it to have bright colors in it, and I wanted it to have the light versus dark contrast.
All about me, I'm feeling inspired, so set me on fire. From dusk till dawn, it's all about me.
I hope to be able to help people with my music the way that music has helped me by my lyrics, and hope that it relates to other people too, because I think that's just what music is. It's like a healing thing for some people.
When you're working on a record and you're really taking ownership of it, you really want to get your ideas out there. And what Mel did was she brought a lot of ideas to the table. She wrote tons of lyrics, and my job is to usually be a filter for those ideas, but what I really encourage is just saying yes to everything and seeing where it goes.
Richard is funny, he works well with me, he is very positive and he's very uplifting, and he always says yes to everything I have an idea of, or everything I say he always says yes. He never really says no to me.
After a while, we got to the point where she's getting more confident and started to show through her songs. She was singing a lot more. She was wanting to do more takes. She knew she could do better sometimes, and she would just kill it.
I feel like I've grown as a singer and a songwriter, and I've gained more confidence.
It's a long journey from a sound all the way to a song, but the journey is usually worth it.
I'm just living in a moment.